Hi, I am Aruni. I'm a tarot reader. I'm here to teach you how to do tarot card readings in a simple and straightforward way. Today we're dealing with another issue. Uh, we are using Morgan Greer Tarot. From what people say, this is the closest one to the original spiritual tarot. And the images are very clear, so you don't need to actually think about what is it that the cards are trying to say. And with our system, you have one image represents one message, and that message encompasses all the possible messages that can come with the card. We keep the minor arcana and the major arcana separate because the major arcana, which is only 22 cards, give us the essence of the reading, the root, the core of the problem of the situation of the client, and the minor arcana gives us the details. So today we'll deal with an issue of a client, let's say is a young student who just finished education and he doesn't know, shall I do what my heart feels like, let's say performing arts, or shall I enter into the world of law, finances, business, banking, because that gives money, could afford me a good life. We don't know, and we are not here to tell the client what to do, but rather to show the different options and what they like, what do they look like, so the client can go home and make his own decision. We don't want to be involved in their karma, in their destiny, but we are going to allow the client to explore the options as are presented by the cards. So we have the minor arcana. The client comes, you given the cards, the client has a situation in his mind, starts shuffling the cards, thinking about what the problem is or the situation. And as he thinks and shuffles, the cards are going to be positioning themselves in such a way that they could actually answer any possible question available. Same with the minor arcana. We give it to the client shuffles the cards, and as the client is shuffling, the minor arcana will give us the details of the issue. So the major gives us the essence, the core, and the minor arcana gives us all the details about it. So now that we have the major and the minor, we proceed. The client has two options. We want to see what they look like. So option one is if I do what my heart likes and enjoys, let's say performing arts, and the other option is how about if I go for the money. Nowadays the world is the world of business, so if I do business and law and banking, so we take the minor and we throw a couple of cards on each one of these options and we look at them. The major, we begin with the first one, which is to do what I feel like, what my nature is. So the major arcana will tell us the root, the core of this situation is the Wheel of Fortune. What is the message? The key word of the Wheel of Fortune: change. So we can tell that this client is at that particular point in life is about to go into a different gear, into another chapter of his life. But this change, is it going to be for the better or for worse? We don't know. So we look at the minor arcana, and the minor gives us the details about this change. This client is asking, how about if I go into my desired career, my chosen career? And it's a Queen of Rods and the King of Cups. Now, we have said before that when the cards, the minor arcana, from the number 1 to number 10, it refers to one message. Whenever the card appears, there is one message with this card. But when we get to the court cards, meaning the page, the knight, the queen, and the king, it could represent, apart from the message, they could also represent people in the life of your client. So if it's a young man that's coming to me saying, I would like to do art, but maybe I want to go for the money, and the mother and the father have appeared. So I would say, well, your mother, out of all the queens in the pack, is a Queen of Cups, it's a Queen of Swords, it's a Queen of Coins, and this is the Queen of Rods. Out of all the queens, this is the queen that doesn't have jewelry on it. So you would say, oh, your mom is not going for the go for the money, darling. Your mom is probably saying, darling, do what your heart wants to do. And your father is this King of Cups, the word is devotion. So your father is also back in this concept. So I would say you have a very supportive set of parents, or sometimes kids don't have their parents with them, but there are other adults who fulfill those roles. In any case, this person, the changes that are about to happen in their lives are very well supported by the mother and the father. So, unlike other kids that the parents may be putting pressure, no, forget about your dreams, go and make money, because now, these parents seem to be facilitating that the child may grow into his own. And now, so we look at the other option, the option of going into the market, the corporate market, the market of business and world finances, and this card is the Empress. The message here is progress. Okay, so we know that if he goes into banking, law, finances, he will also do well. But let's look at the minor cards to find out the details on it. And you have the Queen of Cups and you have the Knight of Cups. So again, it seems to be that the parents are quite, they seem to be the parents really. In terms of finances, you could even ask, notice that the lady is actually a queen, but you notice the gentleman is not the king, but is the knight. Now the knight is the horseman that helps the king. So this gentleman may be a lesser hierarchy than the king. So in terms of finances, maybe the father is not as well acquainted as the mother with what is necessary for it to happen. So in this case, we still have mom and dad supporting and mom and dad supporting. So basically this client could do changes coming up, full support, really good, or progress, full support from mom and dad. So if the client come and ask me, shall I do what my heart desires or shall I go into the world of banking, really this client has no way to lose. Both of the options are good because it'll be supported. If anything, the financial option was better in that the card progress has appeared, which means yes, that will take you to where you want to be. Perhaps it will be combined later on with what you want to do, or will allow your heart to fulfill its desires. So, but by all means, both options are positive, both options are good, both options are supported, and that is very important. So this is Tarot by Aruni. I'll see you all again tomorrow. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up or subscribe. Thank you very much.